This is the BBC National Programme, coming to you from Broadcasting House in London. Well, actually, from a lovingly restored three-bed semi in Soberton, but never mind. There now follows a public service announcement. It is most important that all those attending the village hall understand how to leave the premises in the event of a fire or other emergency. Please ensure that you are familiar with the quickest means of escape. We are not expecting a fire tonight, other than the fire you see on the stage, which actually is not a real fire, but a pretend fire. Therefore, if you do see a real fire, it's time to leave by the quickest means of escape. In addition, you are watching a play based in the 1930s, sometime before the advent of telephones and other personal battery-operated devices. Therefore, please, can you ensure that all the battery-operated devices on your person are switched off before the performance commences in order to avoid any embarrassing interruptions to the show. That is the end of this public service announcement. We return to our scheduled programme with Fred Astaire and Putting on the Ritz.
Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air? High hats and arrow collars, white spats and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time with your blue and you know.
Are you absolutely sure the dinner's going to be ready on time, Dorothy?
Quite sure. I've been in the kitchen burning it for most of the day.
Just I so rarely have people for dinner these days.
I thought you preferred mutton, actually.
Pardon, dear?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you spoke. Would you mind drawing the curtains here? It's really rather chilly in here.
Love to. Nothing better to do with my time. Ah! See, that's the elephant!
Oh, is it, dear? Oh, how terribly careless of me. Is it damaged?
Well, it's slightly scorched down one side, but I think it'll be okay. You really should start wearing those little spectacles, and then we wouldn't have these little accidents, would we?
No, I couldn't possibly, dear. They make me look old. I know I am old, but I'm not wearing the spectacles. I can't see that I'm old. That elephant was a present from Colonel Craddock. Present from India.
Well, they're meant to be unlucky with their trunks raised, and that one very nearly was.
What? What do you mean, dear?
Oh, we're out of logs. I'll send for bunting if I can find it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's always creeping around the place, lurking in dark corners. You never know when he's going to leap out next.
Don't exaggerate, Dorothy, dear. Bunting couldn't possibly leap. He's simply not capable of it.
Well, he definitely lurks. I don't know why you keep him on anyway. He is hopeless.
Bunting? I couldn't possibly lose him. No. He's practically an institution. Do you know, it's going to be marvellous having a house full of guests again? Just like the old days. Do you know, it must be 2 years since we were all together in Paris. Do you remember that holiday, Dorothy, dear? Happy days. So looking forward to seeing the Colonel. Oh, and Pierre.
Mum, as you
They
like.
won't have to wait for 10 minutes then. Oh, and we'll be wanting sherry when they've all arrived.
Sherry, Mum, as you like. Will that be the best sherry, Mum, or cooking?
Well, the best sherry, of course, Bunting.
I only ask because there's very little of the best left. Half a bottle.
Well, we only restocked recently.
You must have drunk it, Mum.
What? What did you say, Bunting?
I said you must have drunk it, Mum.
Now, look here, Bunting. I think it is time you were reminded of your position in this house.
I know my position, Mum. I'm in the lounge at the present time.
Oh, Bunting, stop. Back.
I should try to curb my naturally exuberant nature, Mum. Will that be all?
Yes, thank you, Bunting.
As you like, Mum.
Door, Bunting. No, I think you might be right about Bunting. He's quite insufferable these days.
Oh, I found her trying to chop logs on the kitchen table. I was keeping all that food around.
Oh.
Don't worry, barely manages to hit anything.
And we're going to have to keep an eye on him. He is back on the sherry again.
No, I thought we'd weaned him off that after the last episode.
If he goes missing this time, at least we'll know where to find him.
You would think a man of his age would have learnt his lesson. I mean, he could have died of exposure in that fish pond. Incidentally, I heard some gossip about him down the village. Apparently, he's been telling someone about, down the pub, about his lurid past and the affair he had with a woman years ago.
Oh, I think that is highly unlikely. I mean, Bunting, who would want him? Oh, I was wondering what time they were going to get here.
Shall I get it?
No, don't worry, Bunting can go. Now, Dorothy, dear, do I look presentable?
You look just fine. You enjoy the weekend with your friends.
Thank you, Dorothy. I don't really know how I'd manage without you.
Bunting, Mum.
But where are the guests, Bunting?
You instructed me to announce myself at all times, Mum.
Well, not when there are guests to announce. Now, let them in.
As you like, Mum.
Thank you, Bunting. Mildred, how nice to see you again.
Mwah. Mwah.
Mildred, old girl, how are you there? Let's have a look at you. By Jove, you look younger every time I see you.
Charles, really?
How's young Dorothy? Still keeping an eye on the old battle axe, eh? Marvellous.
Come on, Mrs. Craddock, Mum.
Pardon, Bunting.
I said, come on, Mrs. Craddock, Mum.
No, Bunting, you announce the guests before they come in, not 5 minutes later.
They didn't give us the chance, Mum. Will there be anything else, Mum?
Yes, would you please take their bags up to the green bedroom?
Green bedroom, as you like, Mum. I expect I'm managed by myself somehow.
Yes, and more guests will be arriving shortly.
How very pleasant for you, Mum. I expect you want me to position myself at the front door so they don't have to wait.
Thank you, Bunting.
As you like, Mum.
Door, Bunting! Oh, you must forgive him. He's really not quite himself these days.
Bunting. Bunting. Sure I've seen him somewhere before. Never forget a chap's face.
Of course you've seen him before, Charles. You've been here before.
Have I? Of course I have. Peculiar fellow, though.
Of course, Margaret, this is your first visit here, isn't it?
Yes, I must say I am very impressed. The grounds seem to be huge.
7 acres. Of course, the whole estate is thousands. It's mostly let to tenant farmers these days. Do sit down, please.
Thank you.
Charles?
Huh? Sorry, miles away. Still trying to place that queer fella. Never forget a face. Only the other day I saw a chap I recognise in years. Recognise him. I said, how you doing, old boy? How you keeping? The chap was absolutely amazed.
What, that you recognised him?
What? Said he'd never seen me before in his life. Got quite abusive. Seemed to object to being called Beaky. Bit of an old chap, as it turned out.
I do hope you're not going to thrill us with your boring stories all weekend, Charles.
You wouldn't be the same old Charles without his amusing stories.
Just a sort of fun, old girl.
But then you don't hear them as often as I.
Would you care for sherry?
I don't think.
Ooh, you know me, ready for a snifter any time. comes to us all. Take Margaret here. Just a bit of a joke, old girl.
Yes, I don't know how she puts up with me. Of course,
I sometimes think she should be socialised.
I sometimes think she should socialise with people of her own age, but of course, as I keep telling her, there really is nobody suitable round here. One really cannot afford to lower one's standards. But if she keeps taking my advice, she will be very well rewarded.
Oh, really?
Well, none of us live forever, Margaret, and when I'm gone, she will benefit most handsomely. I have no other living relatives now.
But I thought you had other relatives.
Oh, no, I've seen them all off. No. And of course, Dorothy was so young when her parents died. Just tragic circumstances. My sister's fault, really, for marrying the wrong sort. He drank and he gambled away most of her fortune, and then he squandered the rest, and they ended up penniless and hating each other.
Oh, how terrible. How did they die?
Oh, a suicide pact. They killed each other.
Oh, dreadful.
Well, the murder pact, actually. He hacked off her head with the last remaining decent piece of silver, a blunt but rather attractive fish knife. Ironically, he died the following day because it transpired that she had been poisoning him for months. Dear, oh dear. I sometimes think that Dorothy holds me to blame because I simply refuse to settle their debts.
Come now, all this boring talk's getting me depressed. Did I ever tell you about the time that...
Fancy the bit of it.
Still can't place that chap. Damn irritating.
Don't let it worry you, Charles. You're about to tell us one of your stories.
Was I? Don't suppose you can recollect what it was about, can you? Gosh, if I can remember. Still, that'll come to me later. Anyway, here's to us all the very best of health. Oh. Don't seem to make sharing glasses a large these days.
Do help yourself, Charles, please.
What? Wasn't suggesting. Still, if you insist.
I wonder if you'd excuse me. I'd rather like to freshen up. It's such an exhausting drive down here, especially with Charles at the wheel.
I'll show you to Miss.
No, there's no need to, my dear. Oh, excuse me.
Still got the old banger then, Charles?
What? Margaret? Afraid so.
I meant the car.
Oh, that's not a banner. That's a Bentley. Wouldn't be without her. Still, I see what you mean. She's getting a bit temperamental in her old age. Still, so's Margaret, come to that.
I'm going to check on dinner, Auntie. Is there anything else you require?
No, thank you, Dorothy, dear. So, Charles, how have you been?
Not bad, you know. Plenty of stick from Margaret. Seems to think I spend too much time at the club. Can't understand her. Chap needs company of other chaps. No way you stand with chaps.
Stop rambling, Charles. You know what I mean. When are you going to take me up on my little proposition?
Steady, old girl, you're putting me in a damned awkward spot.
Do you remember 30 years ago, Charles?
Of course I do. I saw it yesterday. 1906. Kent won the county championship.
No, the year we met. The year our affair started.
Yes. Dash long time ago. Lot of water under the bridge and all that.
Yes, but ever since then, Charles, you have been promising me. Next year, the year after that.
We're getting too long in the tooth for all that sort of stuff now, Margaret. Chap tends to slow down a bit.
I am not expecting it, Charles.
standing there in a club. Other chaps are starting to talk. Just embarrassing when a chap smells, thinks of perfume. Bad form won't do. Got to end.
No, Charles, it won't end. You are all I got left. What if I was to tell Margaret about us?
No, you wouldn't do that. Would you?
Well, it's time she knew. This weekend.
No, girl. Think what you're saying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to barge in. Would you prefer it if I...
No, it's perfectly all right, Dorothy. Do come in. I was just saying to Charles that I think Margaret ought to know. I think she'd be rather amused, don't you, about my little accident with the elephants?
Yes, of course.
Oh, that would have been a terrible mess if I hadn't rescued it just in time.
Yes, expect they would. Tricky beasts came across a lot in India, you know.
Oh, another guest.
I'll get it. I don't think Bronte can cope with any more jobs. Short of sliding down the banister.
Don't worry, Dorothy. You do far too much running around. I'll go. I won't be a moment, Charles.
You're all right, Colonel Craddock. You look rather pale.
What? No, just a spot of mental indigestion. Bit of a problem cropped up. Still, nothing we can't put right. The guests, do I know them?
Yes, we met them in Paris. Pierre Massou and Elizabeth Hartley Drummond.
Marceau. No recollection whatsoever. Foreign chap, is he?
He's French. You don't remember Elizabeth either?
Well, it's a different matter. Pretty young girl. Rather well endowed, as I recall. In the financial sense, of course. Enormous assets.
Yes, that's her.
Now, you remember Dorothy and the Colonel?
Why, Colonel Craddock, we're absolutely delightful to see you again. And Charles, with a lovely little lounge and flag shop. Quite quaint.
Thank you. I was not say I was surprised that you and Pierre arrived together.
That's such a happy story. The Black just settled on the train this boring old book, and he came and joined in the same compartment.
Unfortunately, I found myself always in the company of yet.
I used to be talking about that all the way. It's brightened up such a dull journey. All those tedious working class areas where the people live. Quite ghastly.
The chap's quite right, of course. Got an eye for a pretty young girl myself.
One does one's best to look presentable.
I expect one has to.
Why? Dorothy. I didn't see there, dear. Isn't that sweet? You're wearing that lovely little outfit I so admired that time ago in Paris.
Would you like to sit down? Would you care for a shell?
Say no, girl. What brings you over here, Mr. Chap?
Charles, you remember Pierre? He's a painter.
Oh, yes, of course. I thought the old place looked in need of a coat or two.
Charles, really?
What?
I've come here to sell some paintings. I stay maybe 2 or 3 weeks, depending upon my success.
Get your meaning.
Man's an absolute genius. Quite simple.
Elizabeth, you flatter me. Unfortunately, I have to make my money from other people's work. Are you, say, a dealer-wheeler?
I just don't know how he drags himself away from that lovely little town Paris.
Possible. Don't care much for that enormous iron erection, but damn reasonable licensing hours, of course. Very civilized.
And the fashions, one has to get at least twice a year for the fashions. One can't go around in old rags, can one?
Fashions, can't see the fuss. All of us the time, if you ask me.
If you will excuse me, Colonel, that's the trouble with you British. No daring, no sense of adventure.
No lack of daring in the British, old boy. As you call, Waterloo, get my point. No use in chaps wearing fancy hats if you keep getting them shot off.
Let's not fall out, please.
Just making a point.
Forgive me, Colonel. I withdraw my words. I have offended you.
Tactical retreat, eh? Now there's a thing you chaps are good at.
Bunting, ma'am.
Yes, Bunty. Bunting? What
I
is it?
wonder if I might have a word, Mom.
It's carry on.
Bless you, Mom.
Where are you going?
Carry on, Mom, as you instructed.
I meant carry on and tell me.
Oh, I see. You usually tell me to carry on when you want me to carry on.
What is it you want to tell me, Bunting?
It's just about the accident, Mom.
What accident?
In the kitchen, Mom. A slight mishappening with the axe. The head fell off at some considerable speed, Mom.
I shall check in a moment, Bunting.
As you like.
Well, I think we should make some plans for the weekend. Any suggestions?
Oh, I was thinking about getting a spot of shooting in. Dan good sport around here, if I remember. Don't suppose you shoot, do you, Mr. Boy?
I prefer to create rather than destroy. I would not the one end of a gun from another.
Quite understandable, old chap. You are French, after all.
Was there something else, Bunting?
I was wondering if you want me to take any action in the meantime, Mom.
What about?
About the fire, Mom.
No, I think it's all right. You can bring some logs in later.
I meant the fire in the kitchen, Mom.
But we don't have a fire in the kitchen, Bunting.
We do now.
What?
Oh, just a small one, at present, on the stove, although the dinner is looking somewhat overcooked.
Don't just stand there, man. Go and help.
As you like, Mom.
Oh, dear. I just knew something was going to go wrong. I just knew it.
Don't worry, old girl. I'm sure everything will come out ship-shape. Damn extraordinary character you've got there. I was going to borrow him for the shoot myself. Got second thoughts now. Damn liability!
Colonel, I don't suppose I might have joined you on the shoot. Daddy always said it was a little bit too dangerous for us girls.
Quite welcome, my dear. No trouble if you know what you're up to. You need stout shoes and old clothes.
But I don't have anything like that.
Oh, I'm sure Dorothy can lend you something.
Oh, I'm sure she could. I just hope nobody on him sees me.
Well, if they do, we'll just have to shoot them. Dead men don't tell tales. Right.
Fancy a stroll.
Oh, fancy a stroll around the garden now before dinner? Racking the ground.
What a good idea. Pierre, would you like to join us?
If you will excuse me, I would prefer to stay. I am rather tired after my travels.
Well, if you're sure.
Please do not worry for me. I will be perfectly happy here.
Come now, you can't fuss the old chap. Suppose we'd better ask Margaret if she wants to come with us.
We won't be long. Pierre, do please help yourself to a drink.
Where is everyone?
They are taking a walk. Have you prepared the dinner?
Yes, it's not going to be quite the same, but I don't think anybody will notice the difference. Taking a leaf out of your book, Pierre.
I have no book.
Well, you were admiring your paintings.
I was admiring them, yes, but they are not mine. Such finesse. I wish I had the talent to paint so well.
Ooh, the work of a famous French painter, you said when you sold them to my aunt.
But of course, they would be worth many times the price she paid.
Oh, I'm quite sure the originals will. Just such a shame that there's forgeries.
But what are you saying? You were with your aunt the day she purchased them. We had them valued by another gallery.
Yes, and then you replaced the originals with the forgeries. You knew my aunt was ignorant of art and that she would never notice the difference.
But
Dorothy, I've never heard such a...
Dorothy never ever heard such a cock and cow story. Elizabeth can vouch for me. Many times I've had dealings with her father.
I don't give a tuppence about Elizabeth or her father or how you swindled them.
Do you think I'm a
Do you think I'm a fool, Pierre? I may not know about art, but I have a very good eye for detail.
You are making a very...
You are making a very big mistake, Dorothy. I swear to you that these are the originals.
Well, in that case, you won't mind if I call the police.
But you are wasting your time. You will make yourself look foolish and your aunt will never forgive you.
Well, that's a risk I should just have to take.
Wait! Please! Put down suppose. Perhaps we should talk a little more.
So I was right. I wasn't quite sure. Take it from me, Pierre. Never played poker. You would lose very badly.
So you have tricked me. What happens now?
That rather depends on you. Let's assume that this is your first offence.
But it is, I swear.
Well, you shouldn't, because that's a very bad habit. My aunt paid you how much? £2,000?
I gave her a special price of 1,900.
Oh, Pierre. Well, I suppose for £5,000 I could have a lapse of memory about our conversation.
5,000, but I do not have 5,000.
Well, as you were so generous, I'll give you a special discount of 4,900. You have a week to pay, or then I'll call the police.
But that is impossible. That week is far too short.
Well, that's all you've got. And you want to be very grateful, Pierre, because if my aunt ever found out, I don't think she'd be quite so understanding.
We've abandoned all thoughts of the walk. It is far too cold out there.
I think Pierre's finding it rather hot in here.
Really? Oh, Pierre, please do remove your jacket. You are amongst friends. The others are going to change for dinner. The dinner is going to be all right, isn't it, Dorothy?
It'll be just fine.
You can see, Pierre, that the paintings have pride of place. They do so cheer up the room.
Yes, the paintings.
So pleased that you persuaded me to invest. Now, I know I haven't had them terribly long, but how much do you think they might be worth now?
About 2 years, I expect.
Pardon, dear?
I said you've had them about 2 years. Well, come on, Pierre. How much?
It is difficult. Maybe nearly 5,000.
Really? That much? I am so pleased. You see, Dorothy, I told you I had a bargain. She never really liked them.
No, but I'm starting to see their good points now.
So I wonder, what other paintings you brought to show me this time, Pierre?
Unfortunately, I have nothing for you.
Oh, but there's all the baggage in the hall.
They are not for you. They are already sold.
Oh, not to anyone I know, Pierre.
Fortunately, Dorothy, no.
I'll go. Naturally, I was expecting anybody else. No, Bunting can go. He can earn his keep. You know, I'm definitely having reservations about him.
Oh, you should have seen the state of the kitchen. It looked as though a murder had been committed.
Bunting, Mom.
Yes, Bunting, who is it?
Bunting, Mom, I just told you.
Bunting, who is at the door?
Oh, Miss Maple, Mom, I observed your approach from the conservatory windows.
You mean you haven't opened the door yet?
Well, I was wondering whether you may wish to ignore her, Mom. I've heard you comment on occasion that she is an interfering busybody.
Really, Bunting? That's her letter. She means very well. She lives down in the village. When she's there, she has lots of holidays and trips and things. And the curious thing is that wherever she goes, the most dreadful things seem to happen. People seem to get murdered.
Yes, she's become quite famous for it.
Well, then you should have to be very careful, Dorothy.
Bunting, Mom.
Oh, just get on with it, Bunting.
As you like, Miss Maple, Mom.
Thank you, Mr. Bunting. Oh, I hope you don't mind my calling Mildred. I didn't realise you had visitors.
Oh, just a few friends. You didn't see the Colonel's car in the drive, then?
A car? Oh, yes. Oh, how very nice to meet you, Colonel.
Oh, no, this is Pierre Marcel from Paris.
Oh, how silly of me. Well, how very nice to meet you, monsieur.
And beautiful to meet you too. Now, if you excuse me, I must prepare myself for dinner.
Well, that sounds like you're a turkey here waiting to get stuffed.
Ladies, excuse me.
What a delightful young man. His accent rather puts me in mind of a gentleman friend I know. You have several days staying here, Dorothy?
Yes, just a few for the weekend.
Oh, how charming. I do so love a party. And I cannot help noticing that delicious smell emanating from the kitchen. I expect you absolutely extended yourself, Dorothy. Thank you, Miss Maple. That's very kind of you. But I mustn't keep you. I have a very small cold collation prepared for myself. I was hoping that my nephew would be calling to visit me, but it seems that he's rather tied up with one of his young gentleman friends. I do find it so dull eating alone. Anyway, I must be going. I only called Mildred because I thought Dorothy might be going away for the weekend, and I hated to think of you all alone up here. Still, I have my cold collation.
I suppose you could stay for a little while.
Oh, no. I couldn't possibly disturb you. I expect you'll be dining soon.
You're not intruding.
No, I couldn't possibly intrude.
You're not.
Well, as you are so insistent, thank you, my dear. I promise you, I have the appetite of a sparrow. You hardly know I'm here.
You're staying for dinner?
Oh, well, it would be most churlish of me to refuse such a delightful invitation.
The dinner will be in 30 minutes, if you'll excuse me.
What a delightful young girl. So reminds me of myself at that age. Absolutely charming. Oh, now if I remember correctly, you purchased those paintings from Pierre Marceau.
And I have never regretted it.
Oh, I do so love art.
Funny thing just happened. Oh, sorry, old girl, I was in company.
Charles, this is Miss Mabel from the village. Colonel Charles Trafford.
Oh, delighted, Colonel.
Come place here, Miss.
We were just discussing the paintings.
What paintings, old girl?
Well, the ones I bought from Pierre in Paris. Oh, of course, you left before we visited the studio.
Well, yes, I must have.
Well, you must tell me what you think. Charles considers himself something of an expert.
Oh.
I've never said that, Mildred. Never been able to afford much myself. Bought the old one for the club, mind. But anyway, let's have a look.
Well,
Not bad, old girl. Not bad at all. Seen this chap's work before. Quite passable. Damn good copy.
copies?
Yes, of course, you did know.
Oh, yeah, well, of course. Yes, of course I did.
You were saying that something funny had happened, Colonel.
Was I? Yes, I was. Dash funny. When we called off the walk, I brought my 12-bore and my old service revolver downstairs for young Elizabeth to inspect. 12 bores still there, but the revolver, it's gone missing.
Oh dear, how unfortunate.
Unfortunate? Unfortunate? Damn dangerous, if you ask me. Like I was loaded. Somebody could get seriously hurt.
Perhaps one of the other guests was playing a little joke on you, Colonel.
Maybe. Don't see the funny side. Damned irresponsible, meddling with a chap's private bits and pieces. Could go off at any time. Not cricket.
Oh, certainly not cricket. No, but what a relaxing game that is, though, Colonel. You know, my nephew is very good. His friends tell me he's a bit of a left-arm bender. I think they're talking about cricket.
Yes, bound to be. Spinner. Used to bowl the old googly myself. Anyway, things to do, must dash.
Oh dear, how very disturbing for the Colonel. Have you known him a very long time, Mildred? Mildred?
Pardon?
I was asking about the Colonel. How long have you known him?
Oh, it seems like forever. Would you excuse me? I've left a book somewhere. I think it's in the dining room.
Oh, he must have got quite a dashing figure in his younger days.
Oh, yes, he was very, very fine in his uniform. The girls used to flop round him.
Oh, I can
Now,
imagine.
where did I put that book? Oh! Oh, my goodness. You gave me quite a shock. I see that you have found... Oh! Oh!
Mildred!
and absolutely nothing has happened.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be long, madam. The inspector, he's just familiarising himself with the layout of the house.
Tell me, Constable Tompkins, I was wondering if it might be one of the inspectors with whom I have worked on previous occasions.
I don't believe so, Miss Maple. Actually, he's an acting inspector. Apparently there's a nasty flu virus over at Milton. Plain clothes are very thin on the ground.
So in fact we've been kept waiting by a sergeant. I really didn't see the necessity. We gave you our statements last night.
Can't you can't go by trying to rush things and expect them to just follow routine. Got our routine in the services. Lose your discipline if you don't.
I don't care what making us hear something back. Look at poor old
Sit yourself down, my dear. That's rotten business, but we gotta keep the old stick up a lip, eh?
Mr. Bunting, perhaps you might get the young lady a drink.
As you like, sir. You are, Miss Dorothy.
Thank you.
That's a ticket. That'll soon calm you down.
Yes.
Try not to think about it. Best way.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Sorry.
Of course, a bullet does such terrible damage to the brain at close range.
Really, Miss Harper?
How thoughtless of me. It's just that I have become so used to these things, you know, the blood, the brains.
So this will be the lounge.
Have we been kept waiting all this time, just so that you could make such an obvious deduction, Sergeant?
Inspector Pratt. Yes, it was obvious, Mrs. Mrs. Craddock. That's the way I operate. Start with the unmistakable, and then proceed to the unmistakable. For instance, have any of you here noticed that this elephant had recently been roasted? I thought not.
It's more usual for elephants to be poached, oh boy. Just trying to lighten up the proceedings.
And you are?
Charles Craddock, Colonel Charles Craddock, retired!
So the wife of Mrs. Craddock here. Oh, we will assemble, Thompson.
Tompkins, sir.
Yes,
They're all here, sir.
then I'll begin. I should take a note of this, Thompson. You might learn something. We're a bit more sophisticated in Milton than you are down here in the sticks.
Sophisticated? Yes, sir. Is that one F or two, sir?
Now, the reason I've gathered you all here is to ask you some questions and inquiries about the unfortunate and regrettable circumstantials of yesterday.
Inspector, is it quite necessary? We weren't asked all these questions last evening.
I'm quite aware of that, but a good detective likes to see things for himself. An experienced man can see a villain a mile off at close range. Right, then, we are all gathered in the room in which young Mrs. Bogshot was so brutally cut down last night. So, what I'd like to do is...
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Thompson.
Tompkins, sir.
Yeah, what is it?
Mrs. Bagshot wasn't actually in this room, sir. She was in the dining room, by the door, sir.
I'm quite aware of that, Thompson.
Oh, sorry, sir.
So, we're in the very room where Mrs. Bogshot was so fatally killed last night. So what I'd like to do is...
Sorry again, sir.
What is it now?
Well, the shot wasn't actually fired from this room, sir. The murderer was in the hall, sir, and fired the gun through the door, sir.
I don't think we need to be such sticklebacks for detail, Thompson.
Tompkins, sir.
The bullet, which killed Mrs. Bagshot, passed through this very room in which we are now standing?
Without a doubt, sir.
Right. In that case, I would like you all to take up the positions in which you were in when the fateful occurrence occurred. Where are you all going?
To do as you asked, Sergeant.
They're all elsewhere, sir, except one, sir.
Are you trying to make a... What then? Why did you assemble them in here, Thompson?
You asked me to, sir. In the lounge, you said, sir.
Are you trying to make me look a fool, Thompson?
Oh, no, sir. That's the last thing you need.
You'll need to buck your ideas up if you want to make anything of yourself in this force, Thompson. Right. For the sakes of briefness and brevity, I'll conduct my questions in here.
We should make his mind up.
So, which one of you was in here when young Mrs. Bagshot was so cruelly cut down in her prime?
I fear it was me, Inspector.
And you are?
Miss Maple?
And your surname, Miss Mabel?
Oh, Maple's her surname, sir. She's somewhat of a celebrity in the village, sir.
Oh, thank you, Thompson.
Tompkins, Inspector.
And the reason for your celibacy, Miss Mabel?
Oh, it's hardly that, Inspector. It's just that I have become so used to these kind of things.
What, murder?
Oh, most regrettably, yes, Inspector.
Regrettable indeed. So, you were the only person in the room when the bullet passed through?
Yes.
Did you see anything?
No, Inspector, it was travelling rather too fast.
As I suspected.
Oh, but I do recall her last words. She said, "So you have found," and then the shot was fired. I ran to, but I think the shot was fired then, and then I ran to her, and on inspection, she was dead.
Did she say anything?
No, Inspector.
Thank you, Miss Marvel.
Oh, you're quite welcome, Inspector. I only wish I could be of further assistance, but I hope you don't mind me saying, but perhaps it would be less awkward if you were perhaps to call me Joan.
Now then, Colonel.
Yes, sir, boy.
It was your gun that was used to perpetuate the crime.
So it was you, boy, yes.
Yeah.
Lighter stole it from the hall.
That is careless. Very careless. So, all that together, what have we got, Thompson?
I don't know, sir. Mrs. Bagshot may have been trying to say, so you found your gun, implying she saw the Colonel, sir.
Exactly. I was wondering how long it'd take to work that out, Thompson. And what do you say to that, Colonel?
Complete bullet ash. I was in the lavatory down the hall.
Well, the witness statements say your wife was in her room. What about you, Miss...
Elizabeth Hartley Tompkins.
Now, where were you?
Inspector. I was in my room changing. He had just taken my bags up for me.
Changing. So you were scantily clad
Naked. Quite naked, Inspector.
in your underwear. Which brings us to Pierre, our mysterious Frenchman. Bonjour, mon amigo.
Bonjour, Inspector. Je vous aiderai de moment?
Where was-vous when le château was fired?
Inspector, Pierre does speak quite excellent English.
Oh, in which case, I will address my inquiring questions in English. For those of you, let's leaves 2. Unaccounted for. Your name?
Dorothy Foxton. Mildred was my auntie.
So that will make you a nephew.
Her niece, Inspector, I helped her.
Well, did she have trouble getting about?
No, not really.
So why mention her knees?
Well, I didn't. Look, I live here. I was in the kitchen when I heard that.
There's a connecting door, sir, between the kitchen and the dining room.
I'm quite aware of that.
Oh, sorry, sir.
What did you see?
Well, I ran into the hallway and there was nobody there, and then I came in here and
Thank you, Miss Foxtrot. And that just leaves you.
Bunting, sir.
Yes, I deducted that. The faithful family container. Where were you?
In the cellar, sir, stock taking.
Where is the cellar?
Down there, sir.
Where's the door?
At the end of the hall, sir.
Oh, you can show that to me later on.
As you like, sir. It's just an ordinary door.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. So where does that leave us? Thompson?
Oh, well, 7 possible suspects, not a corroborated alibi between them, sir.
Look here, Inspector. You can't think it was one of us. Damn respectable people, dash it!
And you have a better theory?
Of course I do. What do you think of yourself by now? Okay. Burglar fella enters house. Finds gun. Spotted by a Mildred. Lighter shoots her!
That is a possibility, Colonel. A very strong possibility.
Sir, Mrs. Bagshot does seem to have recognised her killer, though, sir.
Which is why I dismissed it immediately. Colonel, why are you trying to cast suspicions elsewhere? Keep an eye on him, Thompson.
All the rest. What are you suggesting?
So, where do we go from here?
I suspect I know where your inquiry is leading, Inspector.
You do?
Oh, yes. In my experience, it is a most crucial matter.
Oh yes, the utmost cruciality. Right, I'll let you take over from here, Thompson, if you've got experience for you.
Thank you, sir. So you were looking for a motive?
Oh, well done, Constable.
Exactly. What was the motive?
Oh, I don't know, sir.
Well, there might be a will. Yes, invariably a very good starting point.
Thank you. So does anyone know?
Thank you, Thompson. I'll take over from here. Does anybody know of a will?
I think I may be able to help you, Inspector. Auntie did mention it to me once. I believe it's held by a solicitor.
Do you know the terms?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Yes. Anybody else?
Begging your pardon, your worship.
Well, inspector will suffice.
Or sergeant.
Mrs. Bagshot did once say that should anything happen to her, sir, that she will leave a small pension. Would that be all right, sir?
All right. It's not to me. Did she say anything else?
I did overhear talking to someone about the terms of the will, but I didn't get the details.
Who was she talking to?
I cannot say, sir. I don't want to get anyone into trouble, sir.
Trouble! That's how I know justice. Some kind of trouble. Have you ever been to India, Bunting?
Do you mind, Colonel? I'm asking the questions here.
No, sir.
Pity. Another dead end.
I think Mr. Bunting was going to tell us about the will, sir.
Oh, yes, I haven't forgotten that, Thompson. You were going to tell us about the will. The will?
I don't remember, sir.
Don't remember what?
The question, sir, it's the shock, so my legs have quite turned to jelly.
Jelly? Don't trifle with me, Mr. Bumstead. You were going to tell us, you
Who knew about the will?
Yeah,
sir?
what knew about the will?
It was Miss Dorothy, sir.
Aha! Now we're getting somewhere. So why didn't you mention this before?
Because, Sergeant, my name isn't Dorothy.
I'm quite aware of that, Mrs. Addict. Don't underestimate overestimate me. Now, the reason I didn't mention the will to you is that I thought you were too upset. However...
You did actually, sir.
When?
A moment ago, sir. She denied all knowledge.
Yes, thank you, Thompson. Yeah, get out of it. Why did you lie, miss?
I'm sorry, I thought if you knew that I was to get the largest part of the estate, then you would all suspect me.
I suspected her from the start.
Well, I didn't do it. I didn't kill her. I just anybody believe me. I believe you, my dear.
But fortunately, Miss Marbles, I'm not so gullible. Miss Foxtrot here had a strong motive. And what's more, she had a very good reason. She was in the kitchen, which meant she was close to the hall and was able to steal slyly and stealthily into the hall and steal the gun. And once she had the gun, she stole slyly and stealthily into the hallway and shot Mrs. Shopper! Charge her, Thompson, that wraps things up nicely. Charge her.
Pardon, sir?
Charge her, we'll take her down the station.
We might have a word, sir.
What is it now, Thompson?
I don't think we can charge her, sir. We haven't got any real evidence.
What's the matter with you, man? We can make it up with the police.
Sir.
Of course it will. When I finish with her, she'll be putty in my hands.
I was only thinking about your reputation, sir.
Right.
Well, if we couldn't make a real case, sir.
Right. That'll be all for now. But don't leave the house. I may have further inquiries and questions later on.
What about me?
Well, that applies to you, Miss Foxhole, especially to you.
Oh, this is utterly ridiculous. Don't leave the house, Lee. I shall be reporting you.
Would anybody care for a pot of tea? I find it so excellent. Gin and tonic. Oh, yes.
Wondered if I could have a word, old boy. Somewhat confidential, delicate matter, all that.
Yes?
Bit tricky. Wouldn't want my wife to get wind.
Oh, does she have history?
What of?
Wind?
Mr. Boy, old boy, can I rely on your discretion?
Naturally, Colonel. Nothing you say will go any further than my ears.
I do know a bit about the will. Mildred said she was going to leave me £5,000.
I don't think that sum needs to concern us, Colonel.
Bit more to it, old boy. If I happen to survive Dorothy, her share of the estate is to pass to me. Bit unlikely, but...
That would be a great deal, sir. Why would she leave it to you?
Well, that's the delicate part. She and I were good friends.
She must have had many friends, sir.
Some, yes. The thing is, over the years we had a very close relationship. A liaison.
Oh, an affair, sir?
I wouldn't go that far. It was more than we were, yes.
And how long's that been going on?
Do you mind, Thompson?
It was on 30 years. Died down in recent years, of course, but hate the wife to find out. Wouldn't want to upset the old apple cart, if you take my meaning.
I don't think that'll be necessary, Colonel. We're all men of the world here.
Dash grateful. All this sets a chap's head spinning. Think that's everything though. Clean breast, a workout. Any objection if I take a turn around the garden?
No, we need to take turns, Colonel. We've got plenty to be getting on with it here.
Good show. Glad to understand each other. Miss Maple.
Oh, leave this to us, sir.
Never seen such a thing. What a chap has never say.
Miss Maple, I hope you weren't doing what I think you were doing.
Oh, certainly not, Constable. I was returning to retrieve my knitting. I see you misleading. Look, there it is. Oh, would either of you care for a nice fruit scone?
Oh, I wouldn't say no, Miss Maple. Very kind of you.
And I expect the inspector would like one too. I won't be a moment.
What do you think of the case so far, sir?
I don't know. It's a tricky one, Thompson.
Tompkins, sir.
So many suspects and not a corrugated Arab barber between them. That woman who just left, the so-called Mabel Marbles, she worries me. Why is she so keen to be known as Mrs. Jones?
Oh, her name's Miss Maple, sir.
Oh, one of her aliases, but by her own confession, she's murdered before.
No, sir. I think she just sold some.
What about that Colonel Haddock? Very fishy. Does he know more than he's saying?
Oh, I doubt it, sir. If he were guilty, why would he tell us so much in the first place?
Easy. As soon as he saw me, he knew he'd have to come clean. He's used to dealing with train men. He saw my ruthless, relentless streak and knew that I'd leave no turd unstoned in the pursuit of justice.
Oh, I see, sir.
Now then. Now then. What about this Mildred woman?
She's dead, sir. She was murdered.
What? What? Shudders a thing with the lengths of people will go to. But we need to check her out, see where she fits in. But I think Dorothy Foxtrot is our man.
Woman, sir.
What?
Dorothy Foxton's our woman, sir.
I was wondering how long it would take you to come round to my way of thinking.
That's not what I meant, sir. You see, you said...
What?
Oh, so, it doesn't matter, sir, but I think there might be 1 or 2 stones left to turn.
Are you trying to be funny, Thompson?
Oh, no, sir.
Good, it doesn't suit you.
Here are your fruit scones. Oh, I do hope you like strawberry jam. It is rather my favourite.
Thank you, Miss Maple. Very kind, I'm sure.
Not while you're on duty, Thompson.
Pardon, sir?
We've got an image to maintain. Do you want to do something useful? Go and fetch the gun. It's in the car.
Right, sir.
Here you go. Oh, take this.
Yes, sir.
Could be important evidence. Don't want to leave it lying around.
Right, okay, sir.
When Thompson comes back, I'm going to conduct a little experiment to see if we can jog your memory, Miss Marbles.
Oh, well, that may be helpful. You know, I feel very uneasy. At this stage, I usually have a little inkling.
Oh, well, don't mind me, madam. It's just down the hall on the left there.
You know, Inspector, I am absolutely delighted that you have eliminated me from your inquiries.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Miss Marbles. Or should I call you Mrs. Jones? I discount and illuminate no one.
Oh, well, in that case, Inspector, I might very well have eliminated you had I been a demented killer.
I think not. I'm a highly trained fighting machine.
Ah, yes, but you see, I have seen so many cases of poisoning in my time. A most unpleasant death. I find it such an underhand method.
All right. Dear Thompson, what took you so long?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, I intend to try an old tried and trusted technique.
Oh.
What you might call a reconstitution. I want you to be Miss Bogshot, and I'll be the killer.
Oh, would you like me to be myself, Inspector?
Good idea, Miss Marble.
Oh, I have Mrs. Bagshot's last recorded words, sir.
Oh, good. Already the plot thickens.
I believe she said she was going into the dining room to fetch a book.
Excellent.
Right now, you should be the boy.
Yes, I'm going.
Yes.
Right! I'm going to go to the dining room to find a book. You gave me such a shock. I see you, friends. Ah!
Mildred,
Otherwise, if you go along too quickly, you don't know what you're going to do.
What's the signal for you to pick them up?
It's bewildering.
That's tricky. You've got to be looking in your book.
Well, that's why I'm sort of sitting here with it up here, and I know that it's, oh, thankfully, you're not here.
Yeah,
I know that it's,
it can be a bit sticky.
you know, and I know that a lot of horses are thinking,
Do you want tea? Anybody want tea? There's tea and coffee in it. Yeah.
First Jameson side
really roasted on the side, but it was actually Carol's. She managed to turn it round and go under the
How are you going to deal with that?
something else. She did. She managed that. And it was good for her because she it would have been the story would have made sense. I just, whenever they say,
until they come out for the first race, they don't know what each other have done. Suddenly one is streets ahead of the others. Quite often happens that way. They spend the rest of the year making it up.
who's the person this year?
I don't know. Red Bull have done very well lately. But, I don't know. It's,
So
yeah, well, yeah, not as dangerous as it used to be. I mean, it used to.
no, but
in the old days.
yeah, I don't know which race it was, but somebody came off the track and turned their car over and over and over, and it went down in between the spectators barrier and their barrier. And she said, "If you walk away from it."
Yeah, the cars are so.
And she said,
these days,
it's going like this.
Yeah, unimaginable, really,
Because
isn't
they
it?
had some kind of where they used to just have a roll bar, they had this thing that
Yeah, they call it the halo.
that's it.
Yeah, so it actually goes around in front of them, and they have to look through it.
But it protects them if they roll.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
And their neck is tied in,
Well, I guess that's where the damage will be.
Yeah, and then they're fixed in
I
with
think I'd get claustrophobic with that.
not being able to move.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be very arduous.
So you're waiting for the good weather to get your cars up.
Yeah, that's they've been pretty dormant really for the last few months.
So do you spend time working on it?
Yeah, I look after them myself. I service them and stuff. So
Well, that's what it's all about. Anyone can, if you've got the money, just go and buy it, get somebody else to do it, but to do it yourself.
Yeah, no, I like to tinker with them, and it's always been my hobby, really. Yeah, I've restored a few things. But,
Are you still working, or do you retire?
I'm sort of semi-retired, really. Yeah, I work with our son these days. He's a bit of an entrepreneur, so I'm an accountant, so I keep his books and stuff. And he's got a few properties that he rent out, so I manage his properties for him. So it's sort of it's a good arrangement, really. Yeah, so it's sort of no fixed hours, but it could be any time. You know, stuff just crops up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do a certain amount of stuff for it. So it works really well.
Quite nice to keep it in the family.
Yeah, well, it's it's a bit of fun. He pays me a bit of
Spending money.
bit of money. Yeah, just keep things ticking over. You know.
Well, even if it goes towards your cars, I suppose.
Well, it just keep them. Try not to take too much out of the pension pot.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So he says she's cutting her hours.
Yeah, well, she's going to drop a day a week to look after the
Strong.
junior. Yeah. So, but she's got a plan to try and retire
Really?
in a couple of years' time. Well, 2 or 3 years' time.
Good to know she has a couple of years left.
Well, she's given them a year. To change the role. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, you've given them a year's notice to change your role.
Are you still in charge of sport?
No, because she's been there for 5 years.
Oh, really? Behind the times. You were in charge?
Yeah. 16 and a half years. Yeah. And then I got offered a job at Bishop's London.
So at the clinic surgery?
Yeah, so 10 minutes away. Yeah, it's really nice surgery actually. I like it. Yeah, there.
Been a much better place to work, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 years.
Short of driving.
Sorry? Alice lives in Bishop's.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they love it because they live just behind Jason's.
Oh, yeah.
And so they walk everywhere they want, pop out to get this, pop out to get that.
It's a nice
It is
little town,
lovely.
isn't it?
The only thing is where she lives now, they're looking down that, is it not garage or something that's on the main road?
Oh, what, the old Fox
where
machinery, the garden.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They're building flats up there, and her house is
literally
not
the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
she
is,
is,
yeah. So, they're only renting it, so that will be, she said, that will be enough to make us think we need to set up and get her out.
What does she do for a job?
She works in marketing pharmaceuticals, and she's actually flying. You know, she's gone from straight. She's actually a qualified nutritionist, and I think the company she started marketing are going to go into supplements. So she has a biomedical degree and a nutrition degree, and they thought that would be good for them. But they didn't ever do it. She's just changed companies, yet she is absolutely phenomenal. So all through school and university, she'd sit there more time working out what she needed to get through, rather because she would only ever do enough to get through. But now, if she's going to really put herself out now, she's yeah, I'm really proud.
She had to go to an office and she works from home.
She mostly works from home, but her office is in which isn't too bad, but I said to her, she changed her job, she's only been in the job about 3 or 4 weeks, and she went skiing just before she changed her job, and I said to her, you think this is wise, you know? And she did that for me, she fractured it in 2 places, and also they're waiting to see if all the swelling, the inflammation is going down to see whether there is a push. So she got an appointment in about 4 weeks to see a surgeon for that. So she's actually worked there just really good. And they said to her, we'll just stay home now. She's on so it wasn't the nicest. And I did say to her, is that wise?
She'll probably go,
Well, at least if you can work from home, it's not, you can carry on, can't you?
And she said, because before, obviously during lockdown she was working from home, and then they started going into this one day a week or something. And she said that one day when you've got nothing done, you get so much more.
Yeah, I guess if you go in, then it's catching up. That's good. Yeah. Well, it's always worth moving around, isn't it? Changing jobs now and again.
She said it was just the time. Where she was, they hadn't very long promoted her, but then somebody above her was then going on maternity leave, and they were looking for her to take on that work, but they weren't going to pay her for it. And she said, well, and he said, well, leave it for 4 months and see how you get on, because I think they were aware that she got up the scale very quickly. And she just said, I would never have got anything. So she's now got a permit to be higher. So she's doing really, I'm proud. Am I? Yeah, I am very proud. Yeah, so she's been over today, so that's been really nice. We couldn't really go out because she's on her crutches. So we're going to go home today and then go out when it's not so busy. We're very happy with the mental health. Yeah, I bought us a neoprene thing you can get. It's going really well.
The second dance better. I think. Don't you? There's much more to it.
Yeah, you have to keep up. You have to keep up.
Oh, I did go to it. Why didn't I go? Just one sandwich, nothing. So I'm I do.
Do you know, generally, you can be critical.
Yeah, you take it in turns to do a cake or sandwiches. It's quite brilliant. Yeah, it is. No, it's honestly, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Brilliant.
I really really nice because they differentiated. And everyone's confident on the stage as well.
Because there's not because the first act is quite when they're all coming and being introduced.
And it looks good. The set looks fantastic.
Do you like our sofa?
Chances, not even if it's a store.
When can you come again?
Sunday.
So it's not this chest
Heavy, really.
Actually, it's not that bad.
See, I like seeing this because it's your idea for the need to get it done before then.
Thank you.
I think we'll get going. Oh yeah, let's make sure that they're all right up front.
Sorry, I get hot, I get cold, I get hot again, I get cold.
I'm really.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it looks a bit, he's not foreign station.
What is the point of keeping us cooped up in here? 2 hours we've been waiting and absolutely nothing.
I expect the inspector has some more questions for us.
Questions?
Her.
Questions? That idiot wouldn't recognise a sensible question if one fell out of the sky and landed in his mouth.
With that, I have to agree.
Why don't you do something about it, Charles? Charles! Charles!
Form line. Prepare to fire. What's happened?
Absolutely nothing. That is the whole point.
I must have nodded off there. Down, check a moment. Surrounded. Regiment of French butlers. Very odd.
Well, why don't you do something about it then?
Not much I could do. Hopeless situation. Defenseless.
What? No! To get us out of here. 2 hours we've been waiting and nothing has happened.
I expect they'll send somebody eventually. Due process and all that.
It's not as if we don't know who did it.
Well, I didn't do it. Why doesn't anybody believe me?
Come on, Charles. We're going to take a phone call.
Am I? Who to?
The police. Someone in authority. They can't keep us here all day like this.
Think they probably can, actually.
I am not arguing with you, Charles. Come on. We'll use the phone upstairs in private. Charles!
All right, oh, coming, old girl.
And stop calling me old girl.
Sorry. Old girl.
Sir Dorothy, it appears as though your little scheme has come unglued.
What scheme?
To kill your aunt and have her money. The police suspect you.
Well, they can't prove anything.
But I can tell them I can give them all the evidence they need to have you hanged. I was passing by the top of the stairs and I saw you fire the shot.
Well, that's not true.
It matters little. They will believe me. I will tell them that I did not come out earlier because I was fond of you, but now I realize my duty.
Why, Pierre?
You have made my life a misery with your accusations of the paintings. But of course, perhaps we could come to an arrangement.
I wasn't serious about the paintings. I only wanted to reimburse my aunt. I wouldn't have taken all the money. I just wanted to frighten you. I didn't want you to go to prison.
Stop! Your motives matter little. What?
You are a wealthy woman.
You are a wealthy woman now. What I ask is simple. You give me £20,000 and forget about the matter of the paintings. In return, I will forget what I saw. It is as easy as that.
Really? That's simple.
But of course, I knew you would listen to reason.
Fine. Though you listen to me, Pierre, I was wrong about you. I should have gone straight to the police instead of playing silly games. When they get back, I'm going to tell them everything.
Well, then I will be forced to tell them what I saw.
And why are they going to believe you? You're nothing but a cheap con man. You're pathetic!
Extremely Anglo-Saxon. And will you stop using that ridiculous accent? You frighten me to death.
Comes to be a bit of an habit after a while. Did it work then?
Just going to tell the police. Going to tell them everything.
You blew it. You bleeding blew it.
I did exactly what you said. We're going to have to get out of here fast.
And what good would that do? We wouldn't get 5 miles before they caught up with us. There's only one way out.
We can't kill her.
Why not? You weren't that bothered about old bag shop.
Mrs. Bagshot was different.
Why? You gone soft or something? Do you fancy her?
Of course I don't.
Interfering bitch. If she spills the beans, we've had it. We've got it perfect. I find the rich old buggers and you fleece them of their money. Why spoil it all?
I don't know. I need to think.
We ain't got time to think.
What's your care to join us in for afternoon tea, Mrs. Craddock?
Oh God, it's just so terrible. This poor, terrible Miss Bagshot. Oh, Miss Marple, we were just discussing poor Miss Bagshot.
Oh, absolutely tragic, quite shocking, my dear. You know, I partly blame myself. I seem to bring such misfortune. Oh, do sit down, dear. I do so love a cosy little chat.
We were just about to take a turn around the garden. It's getting quite so claustrophobic in here, quite ghastly.
A walk? Oh, what a very good idea. Oh, would you mind awfully if I joined you?
No, delighted.
I don't walk as briskly as I used to, but the countryside is so pleasant at this time of year. Of course, my nephew often escorts me when he has the time.
How marvellous.
Oh, my dear, are you feeling unwell?
Oh, just a slight fainting fit. I often have them. I'll be right in a second. And Pierre, show me up to my room.
It would be my pleasure.
Hello, everyone. What are you doing?
Why, Mr. Bunting, I do believe you're drunk.
I've had a drop.
I don't believe so, thank you very much, but I do think you ought to sit down, Mr. Bunting.
Don't want to. I'm separating. It's a happiest day of my life.
Oh, no, I don't think you mean that, Mr. Bunting.
Oh, but I do. I'm separating because why am I separating?
I really don't know, Mr. Bunting.
Honey, neither do I. She's stuck up, she is. Hello, Frenchie. Would you like a sweep?
No.
No. Oi. No. Oi. I'm rich. She did it. I'm rich. That's why I'm separating.
There he is, Charles.
Hello.
Get him
I'm rich.
Can you get him off before he breaks something?
Do my best. Come on, old boy.
Don't like you.
Good God. That's Napoleon brandy. I'll recognise it anywhere.
Does it matter?
Of course it matters. Damn waster. Come on, man. Can you walk?
Of course I can walk. I can walk anywhere I want. Oh,
I've never seen it like it. Damn poor man.
But take him to his room, out of the way.
Yes, and I'll make him a pot of tea. I always find that sobers me up enormously.
Well, what do you think?
We're going to have to go.
We're going to have to make it quick. If we're quick, we can blame that drunk old bugger and get away with murder. Oh, Dorothy, how marvellous.
So Bunty's been enjoying himself. Perhaps you should have a last trip here, because I don't think you're going to get one for a very long time where you're going.
Oh, yeah, we're taking a little trip. Some exotic, some exciting.
I don't think you'd be described as exciting. Rather cheap, though. Dorothy, there's something you should know about Pierre, and I need a little bit of insurance by telling someone.
Why? How intriguing.
These paintings are forgeries. He'll try to deny it, but he sold them to my aunt. I have all the proof I need. I've written a statement that's under lock and key in the safe.
Why, yeah, this is quite ghastly. Is it true?
You weren't trying to do anything silly, were you, Pierre? Oh, it's true, all right, Dorothy. Elizabeth. It's true, all right. I believe you also sell paintings to your father. It wouldn't surprise me if they were forgeries too. Your father should get them checked.
Let's check this paper. Let me all drinks down there.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Oh, we got the chap down there at last. Terrible thing, this drink.
Anyone care to join me for?
Suit yourselves. Of course, that chap's drunk all the decent stuff, of course. Don't really drink alone, you know. Leads to melancholy. All damn quiet. Anything the matter?
Ken, it's just quite so ghastly. You can't really be enthusiastic about anything in the present circumstances.
Yes, quite. Well, a glass of this wouldn't do you any harm. You must know a thing or two about drinking. Land of the vineyard and all that.
It is true, we make the finest wine systems in the world, but I believe that wine should be taken in moderation to cleanse the palate.
Really? Strange attitude. Still, each to his own, I suppose.
Now, if you will excuse me, I think we'll come to...
Now, if you will excuse me, I have things to do.
Don't stray too far, Pierre.
Believe me, Dorothy, I will not.
Something damn suspicious about him. Very odd character. Foreign by all accounts. Ears too close together.
He's not all he seems, Colonel.
Really? I thought not. Still, I suppose none of us are. Take me, for example. Been doing a sort of thinking since poor old Mildred. Time to make a change. Nice and short but ending.
You don't pretend, Colonel. I've never met anyone so honest.
Don't you believe it, my dear? All up front, wasted my life. Never achieved a thing.
What about your travels? Your adventures, India?
Adventures? Only joined the army because I had to. Family tradition. Soon realised I wasn't up to it. Damn coward, you see. My father spent time pulling strings and made sure I spent all my time sitting behind a desk.
But your stories of India.
Only been there once. 2 weeks. Started making up little stories about myself. Make myself a bit more interesting. Told them so many times, I ended up believing in myself. Couldn't stop. Only Margaret knew the truth. Oh, Mildred, of course. See, not all I seem either. Nothing but a fake.
Believe me, Colonel. I'm starting to know a fake when I can see one.
I knew this stuff would start to lead to melancholy. Still, I've drunk it now. Might as well carry on. Here's to Margaret, wherever she is.
Dorothy, darling, would you like to come up to my room? I've got a little present for you, some perfume.
For me?
Yes. Well, we've never really been friends, and, you know, in the current circumstances, I just thought, I'd like to come.
Oh, I don't
Go on, enjoy yourselves. Don't hang around here listening to an old duffer like me. You two get off with each other. So here, Scratch. Ladies.
Is it right if I sit down for a moment? I'm feeling rather faint.
Faint? Oh, what's wrong with you, man? Superficial flesh wound. I've had worse flea bites. 2 minutes, then you're back on the job.
I don't know why you brought the chap back here. Oh, ought to be resting. Don't want gangrene set in.
I'm all right, sir. The inspector thought I ought to keep moving.
But you weren't moving a bit faster a couple of hours ago. I'd have missed ya.
I've had full weapons training, Colonel. I never miss.
Dash it, old man. It sounds as if you meant to hit the ball blighter. Foolhardy, if you ask me.
But I don't ask you, Colonel. And may I remind you, you're under suspicion of being a suspect. Tread warily, sir.
Like you!
Well, do excuses, Inspector. We're just popping upstairs.
Oh, very good, miss.
I'd like a quick word with the inspector, if you don't mind. Hello, Act1 Act. Yes, he is. Inspector, I have a call for you.
Oh, that'll be for me. Who is it?
The Deputy Chief Constable?
Oh, are you sure he wanted me? Did he mention me by name? Maybe he wants to talk to Thompson.
Well, I think his exact words were, is that idiot who's in charge of the investigation there?
Oh, it's for you, sir.
Pratt. No, not you, sir. No, I'm Pratt. Yeah, you're very apt, sir. Yeah. Well, just a scratch, really. Yeah. Same weapon, sir. Yeah. A complaint? Oh, we're very close to an arrest. Well, very good, sir. Hello? Well, perhaps if you got off your fat bottom man out of that office once in a while, we'd get somewhere. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't know you were still there.
He sounded on good form, sir.
Oh, very good form. Yeah, he's very pleased with progress. But the trouble is, somebody's phoned him, made allegations. Come on your foot, Thompson. I want to get this sorted out. Now, the allegation is that you're not doing a very good job, Thompson. That we're incompetent. Now, that wouldn't be you, would it, Major? Are you the alligator?
As a matter of fact, old boy, I did make the old call.
Watch him, Thompson. Troublemaker here.
No need to take it personally, you know. I wasn't casting aspersions. I simply said that things seem to be dragging a bit at your end, and couldn't they speed them up yours?
Speed things up? Oh, speed things up so much you'll wish. Well, you wish they weren't. What do you say to that, Colonel Haddock? Hey?
Oh, no. It's you again, Sergeant.
Inspector.
Really? I got the impression from that telephone call you're probably down to constable by now.
Thompson, if the Colonel opens his mouth again, book it.
Yes, sir. What for, sir?
Well, anything. Use your imagination, man. Disturbing the police. Loitering in a tent.
May I ask when we will be allowed to leave, Sergeant? I see no reason for our presence, and I'd rather like to get away before you shoot someone else.
Don't push me any further, Mrs. Haddock. Now, Thompson, you can learn from this. You'll face all sorts of provocation, so it's very important to keep a cool, clear, empty head. Otherwise, you'll cease to function as a finely tuned crime-fighting machine. I learned this from 20 years on the force.
And how many constables have you shot in that time?
Book him, Thompson, book him!
Inspector, might I have a word?
No, I'm in charge.
Oh, good afternoon, Inspector. How pleasant. Oh, and Constable Tompkins, too. Oh, I do hope your foot isn't causing you too much distress.
It's not too bad, Miss Maple. It's rather throbbing, though.
Oh, I expect so. But the wounds can be quite troublesome. I always recommend a poultice of cold herbal tea for any open wound.
Really? My Auntie Doris swears by boiled cabbage.
Do you mind, Thompson?
Oh, sorry, sir.
Oh, I'm most interested to learn about the cabbage preparation, Constable.
Now.
Perhaps you will give it to me later.
I would like to continue.
But the price of vegetables these days are quite prohibitive. Fortunately, I have my
continue.
Oh, before you recommence, Inspector, there is just one matter that had completely slipped my mind. Now, I was wondering whether you and the constable here might be joining us for afternoon tea. You see, I phoned Mr. Cupcake in the village. He really does, and asked him to deliver here. He really does make exceedingly fine cream fancies.
Is that all?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, I feel I've upset you, Inspector. Perhaps you would prefer an individual fruit tart.
I'll let you know that this investigation will be concluded well before tea time. But first, I'd like to conduct a bit of an experiment. So, Thompson, could you fetch the gun?
No, I'm fetching that thing in here with me.
Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Gaddock. Thompson's learned his lesson here. There'll be no more incendiary incidents.
Where is the gun, Sarge?
I don't know, I gave it to you.
I don't think so, Sarge. I was holding my foot at the time, if you remember.
Oh yes, I can confirm that, Inspector. I have a very good memory for details.
Well, maybe I left it in the dining room then.
Oh, very good, sir.
Now, it occurs to me that the shot which perpetrated Miss Foxshot clean between the eyes was either an expert one or a very lucky one.
Hardly lucky for her, old boy.
Have you handled guns before, Colonel?
I have, obviously.
Obviously, why would that be so obvious, Colonel?
Well, I was in the army, of course.
Well, why did you keep this such a closely guarded secret?
Damn it all.
What rank did you attain?
Damn it all, man. It's general knowledge.
Ah, so you're a general, Colonel.
Don't talk balderdash, man. I was a colonel.
So why are you trying to mislead me? Why are you trying to confuse me with red addicts, Colonel Herring?
It's not there, Sarge.
Must be.
Damn careless, if you ask me. Wasn't still loaded, was it?
Of course it wasn't loaded. You take me for a fool, Colonel.
I have a terrible sense of foreboding. I fear we may all be in terrible danger, Inspector. There's no knowing the actions of a demented mind.
Nonsense. There's nothing to worry about at all. Still, I think I've got as far as I can here. I'll let you take over here, Thompson. I've got to get back to the station. Damn paperwork.
Can I have a word, Sarge?
What is it now, Thompson?
It's important. In private, Sarge.
Could you all wait out in the hall, please? Come on.
Sorry, Colonel.
How was it, Thompson?
Well, I think we've got the killer exactly where we want to, Sarge.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we've got a madman on the loose, and we've got him exactly where he wants us.
Sarge, I think we should send them all to their rooms, and then you announce you're going to search them.
Oh, very good, very good. So I go into the lion's burrow to be confronted by a madman with a gun pointed at my head.
Oh, I don't believe so, sir. You see, I think whoever's got the gun will panic and dispose of it out through the window. Now, all their rooms face the front of the house, so I was thinking of taking a stroll sir, onto the drive.
What for?
To see where the gun comes from.
Has its merits, I suppose. But I wouldn't want you to get your foot cold, Thompson. So you check the rooms, I'll keep a lookout.
Very good, Sarge.
Come on then, Tompkins.
Thompson, sir.
Off you go then.
Would you all retire to your rooms straight away, please? Thank you.
This had better work, man.
Inspector.
Who?
Last I have you alone, Inspector. I have a confession to make. A score to settle. It is time for retribution.
Oh, there's really no need. We can do a deal.
What sort of a deal?
Well, anything you you like. You can just walk out of here, and I won't ever say I've ever seen you. I won't say a word. You can take the car if you like.
No, Inspector, I must finish it now.
Oh no! Please don't do Miss Foxhounds. I'm just a poor copper trying to get through to retirement. I wouldn't hurt a fly. Think of me family. 2 little brats. I won't tell anyone you're the murderer.
Oh, I'm not the murderer, Inspector. I have some information for you. I'm so sorry, I found it all so upsetting.
Not the murderer?
No, Inspector.
Quite so. Actually, I was a bit worried about this little stain on your car here, a nasty one. But I think a little warm water should do the trick there. Anyway, this information you have, does it concern the identity of the brutal killer and murderer?
No, not exactly, but...
In which case it can wait. I have little time, and at this very moment, I'm perpetrating a cunning plan to flush out the miscreant.
But...
In which case it can wait. I'm sure your information can wait 5 minutes, Miss Foxglove.
5 minutes? Fine. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Frighten? Oh, you didn't frighten me, Miss Foxglove. No, it was just a cunning plan on my part to try and get you to make a run for it. I think I can illuminate you from the inquiries.